Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ria. I typically publish to this channel once a week and it's usually on Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today we are going to be doing a speed run on Very Hard of Pokemon Puzzle League. Now I will apologize in advance because I don't actually have the appropriate gear to be able to do this. That being said, I do have two cameras. What I'm going to be doing is recording everything on my actual professional camera, and then I'm obviously doing this part of this with my phone, so you may hear a little bit of it might just be sort of off in terms of quality. That being said, I still wanted to do this and I have been wanting to do this for a while. Also, it is a very busy Thursday morning. I'm actually on vacation right now from work. I took today off and I usually have Fridays off with the city of New Westminster, so I'm taking today off as an extra day just to recoup because it's been really busy, and then I'll be back to work on Monday. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make sure that everything is synced up. A couple of things. I am using this very cool Nintendo Switch wireless controller that I got from my in-laws. I think it was last Christmas. I don't mind it. It is a little, so I have very tiny child hands. The body is a bit large for me and my hands are quite small, but that's okay, I make it work. I typically play PPL with the Joy-Con on the side of the Switch body. So it's been a while since I've played with the controller, so this may be a little bit of a shit show, but that's okay. We're gonna find out together. So as you can see here, I am accessing Pokemon Puzzle League. I do not have the actual cartridge or anything like that. A client that I previously had actually does have a cartridge for sale, and it has been on my list to get, but I just have more pressing things to spend my money on right now. It is on my wish list to purchase the cartridge and display it here behind me on our fireplace. Pokemon Puzzle League and Mortal Kombat are my two, the Mortal Kombat series are my two games that I'm just obsessed with. I don't know what it is, they're so different. I think part of it is this is a bit more of an active version of Tetris. You know, a lot of people know Pokemon Puzzle League as Tetris Attack. So that being said, obsessed with Pokemon Puzzle League. If I could only play one game for the rest of my life, it would be this game. So here we go. I don't know how the audio is going to sound. It's probably not going to sound the greatest, but I will do my best to make this all work. I will say that my camera is making this look a lot better than it actually is. My camera recording, the camera that I usually use for these videos. I'm gonna skip through the intro video because anybody can look it up online. But yeah, okay. Let's head into the one player stadium. I have a lot of really funny file names for this. Let's go into one that's not really being used. Sure. There's obviously character limitations, so the one I'm going into is Bork Bork. I just didn't really know what to call these, so they all got funny names, with the exception of this one. So this was the first file I opened when I heard that this game was going to be online and then made available online, and yeah, it was really exciting. So Nintendo Switch Online, or sorry, Nintendo 64 Online, and basically a lot of those catalogs have been life-changing, which I've been really happy about, and it's nice to see them back in action, so to speak. Okay, here we go. I've beaten this many times before, so this is not really anything exciting. For those of you who haven't played Pokemon Puzzle League, it is very much like Tetris Attack. In fact, it's just a rebadged Tetris Attack. And if you're familiar with the anime, it follows essentially the first season of the show. It's pretty cool. I play this very casually. I play this when I'm stressed. I play this when I'm in a bad mood, and it just calms me down. So we're gonna go ahead and hit start because you probably aren't interested in the dialogue at this point. I usually like to play with Squirtle, but we'll pick Pikachu for this one. Okay, and I don't have my glasses on, which is not good, but that's okay. We are committed at this point. Also playing this with with the controller is super weird. Oh shoot. I knew I was gonna mess that up. Oh. So the key here, you can connect 3 blocks to clear them, but anything that's like 4 or 5 or more is obviously more valuable and creates more garbage. It is very clinky trying to do this on the controller. I really wish I could do this with the Joy-Con because I'm a lot faster, and also I'm talking, so this is a little bit trickier to do, but that's okay. I don't know if you all have caught some of the, oops, see, I hit the wrong button. I don't know if some of y'all have caught the upcoming games, but there are quite a few that I'm really excited about. I can't remember if it was State of Play I was watching or if it was Xbox, one of the Xbox things, but there are some that I've definitely wishlisted and I'm really, really excited for. So I'm curious to know what everybody is excited for. If you're wanting to comment and share. I know there are a few things that are coming out. Like I know there's new, I believe it's a new Call of Duty, and obviously don't like quote me on these because I can't remember them all. But yeah, there's a lot coming out. It just feels like, they kind of smushed everything together in the third quarter. Obviously they're trying to make that sweet money before, you know, fiscal ends. For me, obviously the big one is the Mortal Kombat extension, which looks pretty solid, and I actually haven't logged in to play with the with Sector and Cyrax. I can't remember which one is part of ketchup and mustard. They're always like, it's always like ketchup and mustard, right? And I always confuse the two, but I haven't logged in to try playing, I'm pretty sure it's Cyrax. So I'm really looking forward to that. I didn't realize, when I had made my last video, I was really cheap. Like I totally didn't realize that the, oh, this is bad, that everything wasn't available till like, yeah, later in September. So I was kind of sad about that, but oh, are we gonna have, the speed run is already off to a bad start. Oh wait, hang on. So I was kind of sad about that. I was hoping to log in like immediately after, but that's okay. It kind of worked out anyways because life has just been so busy. Okay, let's, what just happened? Okay. It's frustrating. Some other things from coming up for me in the next little while. John and I are planning some content, but it kind of lines up with vacation, so it's not going to be for a couple more months, but we are planning to go to Las Vegas, and as part of that, instead of flying, we were just so frustrated with the prices. I hit B again. We were just so frustrated with the prices around like flying and getting there by air. And we decided, you know, I made the suggestion. I said, you know, well, why don't we see how many kilometers it is to get there? And so from where we live in Surrey, BC, to Las Vegas, it's about 2,000 kilometers one way. So I was like, well, why don't we just drive? And it's funny because I've never really done a long road trip right like that. So I'm really stoked. Well, I should correct myself. I've never done a long road trip like that I can remember. My parents used to drive everywhere when I was a kid. So, you know, drive up and down the Oregon coast and whatnot. So John and I are planning to do this road trip in February, which lines up with our anniversary. I think it's gonna be the week of the 2nd. It's a 20-hour drive. So we'll leave on the Sunday morning and we get to Las Vegas by like the Monday afternoon or something like that. And I'm stoked because there's a lot of stuff you kind of get to see, although I have heard that when you do the drive through Idaho, there's not really much to see. So started planning it, but we're just in the midst of like early stages of the planning, so so we're not 100% there yet, but we're looking forward to getting more details in. And like, I do want to shoot a video with John just talking about what each of our expectations are for the trip, because he too has not done one of these long drives. But I'm sure it'll be really great, and I know that there are certain spots that we'll be specifically watching for in terms of like sightseeing and whatnot. We did check it. The reason why we're kind of like Idaho, we are going to take a route that takes us through, or take a route. Yeah, there are a couple of options from Vancouver, or where we live, Surrey. So again, if you haven't watched my videos before and you don't know like where exactly I am, Surrey is about a 45 in good traffic minute drive. It used to be much faster, but obviously growing population among other things and very poor infrastructure. We live about 45 minutes from Vancouver, BC. We actually have an advantage because we're south of the Fraser, and that means we don't really have to cross a bridge to get from like Vancouver, Burnaby, that sort of area, to cross the bridge and then continue on our merry way down south. We are pretty close to Highway 1, and we're pretty close. We're close to quite a few highways, including the highway that we are required to take to get to the border crossing. Like, I think we live maybe 15-20 minutes from the border crossing. We're really close. It is not hard for us to get there at all, barring any sort of accidents. But the route that we're taking is basically from here in Surrey, and we're going to cross and take, I think it's the 5, but then we sort of, we start off at the 5 and then we kind of follow, there's another sort of fork, and then we follow the route that takes you through Idaho, and then it's basically a straight shot down. Like, you stay on that highway for the whole time. The whole thing's about 20 hours long, according to Google. So we've actually budgeted, like, just in case, we did budget like extra time to make sure that we can see, like, partially so we can see everything, but also like we want to be able to switch off. So he'll probably do 10 hours of driving and I'll do 10 hours of driving, which will be really cool. I really like highway driving, so this is definitely in my wheelhouse. But I certainly haven't done a trip like this before, so that part is like a little, there's obviously like the usual worries, like, is the car gonna break down and blah blah blah. Fortunately, we have a new vehicle that recently had the battery changed, which there is a video up about that, and it just seems to be a problem with the newer vehicles. But that being said, at least it's the battery and not other things. So yeah, we're still researching the route, obviously, but we're 99% sure we're going to be taking the route through Idaho. I'll try to remember to post a map here at some point. Okay. She's got a yapathon going on, man. She is not paying attention. It really is so difficult. This is like, it's so weird playing with this controller. I do have the actual Pro controller somewhere kicking around. I don't know where it is. We have been putting stuff away in the last little while, so there are controllers that are just, there are things that are like just randomly disappearing, or like we'll put them away and then we forget where they are. All right, here we go. I can look at this. See, I would be able to get that with an actual, like, with the actual Joy-Con playing it. go. For the love of God. Ah! Bro is such a jerk. Oh, poor baby. Let's do that. It's not good. I don't want to die early in. Like, I can understand dying when, like, I play against Team Rocket, but I have gone like, I've gone runs where I don't usually die until much later. That being said, it's in very particular conditions, and I am definitely not. This is definitely slow. It's also, like, kind of straining my wrist a bit, and I died. Ah! So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end it there. Needless to say, this has been, like, the most Seinfeld video that I'm uploading. If you're interested, feel free to subscribe. There's bell notification there if you want to hit that. Please do. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!